Have you noticed the recent surge in business insolvencies? It's reached levels we haven't seen since the Great Recession. Quite a chilling revelation, isn't it? The first quarter of 2024 saw 2,003 filings, painting a grim picture of the business landscape. This is not just a slight uptick, we are talking about a staggering 32% increase from the previous quarter. And if that doesn't make your eyebrows shoot up, consider this. It's an 87% leap from the same period last year. Now, let's zoom in on the regions hit hardest by this economic tremor. Quebec and Ontario are bearing the brunt, with the accommodation and food services sector feeling the most heat. But it's not just them. Industries flush with valuable assets like manufacturing are also more likely to go through the ringer of formal bankruptcy processes. But why is this happening? What's driving these alarming numbers? Let's dive deeper and find out. A multitude of factors contributes to this crisis. Let's delve into the main culprits. First and foremost, we find ourselves looking at the repayment deadline for the Canada Emergency Business Account. This well-intentioned initiative was designed to provide support to businesses in these trying times. However, as the repayment deadline looms, many businesses are finding themselves in a tight spot, struggling to meet their financial obligations. The pressure is on, and it's a lot like a ticking time bomb. It's a race against time, with businesses scrambling to gather funds, and when the clock strikes midnight, those who haven't managed to repay find themselves in a dire situation. It's a catch-22, a paradox where the very support designed to help businesses stay afloat is adding to their financial struggles. Next on our list of culprits is the nature of certain industries themselves. It's a harsh reality. But industries with valuable assets, such as manufacturing, are more likely to go through formal bankruptcy processes. It's not that these industries are inherently doomed, but rather the valuable assets they possess become a double-edged sword. On one hand, these assets are a lifeline, providing the means to generate revenue. On the other hand, they can also be a liability. When insolvency strikes, these assets are often the first to be liquidated, sacrificing the long-term viability of the business for short-term financial relief. It's a bitter pill to swallow, but sometimes it's the only option left on the table. To add to the complexity, regional disparities play a role too. Quebec and Ontario, for instance, have been hit particularly hard, with the accommodation and food services sectors bearing the brunt of the impact. It's a stark reminder that location matters, and in the world of business, some regions are more vulnerable than others. Understanding these factors helps us grasp the scale and impact of this insolvency rise. So, we've seen the statistics and explored the reasons. What does this all mean? Well, the business landscape in Canada is experiencing some turbulence. Business insolvencies have soared to heights not seen since the Great Recession. We're talking about a staggering 2,003 filings in the first quarter of 2024 alone. This isn't a slight uptick, but a significant jump of 32% from the previous quarter, and a whopping 87% increase from the same quarter last year. It's clear that certain regions and sectors are bearing the brunt of this economic storm. Quebec and Ontario have been particularly hard hit with a majority of these insolvencies, and the sector feeling the pressure most, that would be the accommodation and food services industry. But let's not forget that industries with valuable assets like manufacturing are more likely to undergo formal bankruptcy processes. And what's causing this alarming rise? There's no single villain here, but a host of contributing factors. One of the key culprits is the repayment deadline for the Canada Emergency Business Account. This has added a significant financial burden on businesses already grappling with the effects of a challenging economic climate. But what does this mean for the future? Well, the implications are far-reaching. For businesses, it means a need for greater resilience, better financial planning, and perhaps a rethink of strategy. For the economy, it could signal a period of readjustment and restructuring as we collectively navigate this difficult period. And that's where we come in. It's crucial to stay informed, to understand the trends and factors at play, because, let's face it, knowledge isn't just power. It's a lifeline in these uncertain times. Stay informed, stay prepared. Knowledge is the first step to navigating these turbulent times.